What's up, guys? Hope you're having a good Saturday. I got this nice little nook outside at my wife's parents' place, so you'll hear some birds chirping in the background, give you a little serenity. So I wanted to talk about earnings week coming up here. I do expect overall that a lot of these companies are going to beat and raise on guidance. So far, we've seen 41% of S&P 500 companies report, which again are the big companies, and they have beaten. 78% of them have beat. So that's a good sign, okay? And it's been a 9.8% earnings growth is what we saw in the first quarter of this year, and now expectations are for about 10.9%, okay, with the S&P 500 for the end of this year, okay? So we're seeing growth. That's what we want to see, to have the indexes be up. And like I said, the small caps, as you know, that's where I like the opportunities. But there will be opportunities to make some money with some of these companies reporting earnings this week, and I wanted to go through them and give you some valuations on them, and maybe that can help you out, deciding on whether you want to play it or not. So let's start with Monday. We got On Semi, okay, On Semiconductor, which is one I think is going to have a good report because Air Test Systems, okay, reported and their stock shot up, okay, pretty big. It like doubled. And so I think the numbers will start turning around with On Semi. So I like where the stock price is with that one. So that's a good buy and hold long, okay. And PayPal we have. Okay, so Monday On Semi is pre-market, okay? And then after market on Monday, we have PayPal. And PayPal at $58 and some change right now, guys. I think this is a good play. But for me personally, just be playing earnings, catch the pop, and then get out because a lot of times it sells back down afterwards. But this is very cheap. The PE ratio is 13.66 only. Okay, it's got a PEG ratio of 1.21. So overall, it's cheap. If you hold long at some point, I think the sentiment will come back. And I think it would be a good long-term hold with how cheap it is. But again, as a short-term swing, I think they can beat and raise. And maybe they'll buy back shares and you can, get a quick pop on it. So I like the risk reward with it at the lower end of the range right now with the price. I like it as a buy here where you can get maybe a 10%, gain on it. And then Tuesday, after market, we have Starbucks, which this company has been absolutely hammered. And with the consumer actually holding up all right, I think Starbucks will rebound eventually. Another hold. I think you can swing trade that one. There's an activist, investor that's helping out as well with the company. So I think that'll rebound a little bit. So Starbucks could be a good play. And right now that has a 18.55 price to earnings ratio. PEG ratio, price earnings growth of 1.27. Price to sales of 2.32, which historically these are pretty cheap. So I like the risk reward there with Starbucks. And then SoFi, you've heard me mention this one. Okay, I think they can beat. I know there's a lot of, people thinking they might miss, okay? But I think Anthony Noto will make sure that they beat and raise each quarter, even if it's just by a little bit. So SoFi, being in the 7s, maybe it can pop up into the 8s, If it's a big beat and raise, then we're talking about maybe the 9s again, okay? But like I said, I like this one long at some point. I think it's going to be back in the double digits again, okay? And then on Wednesday, so after market close, we have Microsoft. That's a buy at this level, guys. Okay, it's at 425. It's pulled back significantly. So buy Microsoft, hold long. That's an easy one, guys. Don't overthink it. AMD as well. They have earnings coming up July on that Wednesday, and I think they're going to beat and raise, and they're the second best option, in NVIDIA's field. I think they'll carve out some market share. You've heard me do videos on that. And at this price, it's time to buy, guys. Okay. Lisa Su is going to try to keep up with Jensen Huang, and I think they'll get the job done where they can carve out, the market share. And also they have the PC side. They have other areas, okay? So AMD, like I said, I think at this price is a solid buy. Meta is still cheap, okay? I think they're going to beat and raise. I know people worry about, advertising, taking a little breather, but I mean, they have the AI side and advertising and WhatsApp, Facebook message. The whole family, of apps, right? So that company, like I said, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, you can ride Meta long-term, okay? And you'll be fine with that one. It's still cheap as well. That one actually has a 23.58 price to earnings, forward price to earnings, which is cheap. A 1.1 PEG ratio only, okay? And so that's solid. And then you got Qualcomm, another one that's cheap, guys. And this one has pulled back. All these stocks have pulled back with this latest dip we've seen, and that's why I'm saying buy, guys. This is the time. If you've been waiting patiently or missed the initial rally, you're catching a nice dip here to get in because these aren't going to stop, guys, okay, with the AI boom. That's in my opinion, okay? But Qualcomm, 15.77 forward price to earnings. So that's cheap as well, and only a 1.06 PEG ratio, okay? I think Qualcomm could do what Broadcom is doing. You know, we know that stock has rallied huge. Qualcomm, I think, is going to do that at some point. Maybe not to the exact level, okay, but I think Qualcomm is going to break out again eventually. And they already have had a huge rally, okay, so it might take a bit, but their earnings are Wednesday after market close. So if you see a beat and raise there, that's a good time to enter. And then we got Lam Research, ticker symbol R or LRCX. And they're having their stock split. Okay, I think it actually already, let's see, did it happen yet? No, it didn't yet. So that's a catalyst waiting to happen. And again, if they beat and raise, the stock is pulled back again with the other semiconductors. So another one, okay, that could be good. And this has a PE ratio of 24.57, again, forward PE. And then PEG ratio of 2.56. So it's a little bit higher than on Qualcomm and Meta, okay? And then Thursday, we got Apple's earnings. I'm going to wait to see if the numbers prove where the stock price is at, okay? Because I think it's going to take maybe another quarter or two before they get to where their price is, you know, with the valuation. Apple's going to be a good long-term hold, don't get me wrong, but I want to see the numbers here after this recent rally. So I'm not rushing into that one yet. Amazon, guys, love this company. Advertising, their revenue, their growth is going to continue for at least the next couple of years, okay? So you know how now Prime, right? With Prime Video, they have advertising now, and that's, like I said, going to be their growth driver. And we know they have AWS, which is crushing it, okay? Many areas of business. So Amazon's good, guys. I like the dip on that one, buying that one. It does have a higher valuation, but I think it's justified. Also, Intel, I know people are interested in this one. If anything, I would just play it as a quick play, okay? But earnings are going to show, like, how much this company has to spend, okay? And it's going to, remember, it's going to take years for them to build out their foundry, okay? So I think this is more of a play later in the decade, personally, but it is a 0.6 PEG ratio right now. So I can see people trying to short-term trade it. You might be able to make some money on it. But overall, it's not a pick that I'm going to be holding in my account, but I may play it as a short-term play around earnings. Okay, so those are some of the ones I'm eyeing this week, and I just wanted to give you some valuation metrics on it and let you know, okay? So hope you guys make some money. And you know I'm here to help you guys. Don't be afraid to comment. And like I said, we're a community here. I'm here to help you. And I'm going to be doing some one-on-one personalized Zoom meetings with y'all. And I'll post a link here towards the end of the month. I'm going to start in August with that so I can help you guys answer any questions you have. Take care of you, okay? Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk soon.